Hello and welcome to Case Closed. I'm Tracy Perry, your host. We'll soon go inside an actual courtroom in the Warren District Court to see real small claims cases in action. Under Michigan law, small claims cases may be brought by individuals seeking $3,000 in damages or less. Neither side may be represented by an attorney in small claims court, and the judge's decision is final. Now for the case of the crippled clunker.
Well, in February of this year, my husband and I went to Cal's auto sales and purchased a 99 Volkswagen Beetle. The first day, well, I think it was February 14th, I'm not mistaken, I gave him a $200 deposit, and I was supposed to bring in $900 the next day. We test drove the vehicle, and when my husband came back, he told them, "Sir, service engine light was on." And he said, "Don't worry about it, we'll take care of it, we'll take it down to my other shop, and we'll take care of it." And then also the coolant light was on. He told us that we could only drive the vehicle a couple of, I think not over 2 miles, because that's something about their insurance in the state of Michigan or something. Well, when we came back the next day, the light was out. And
Both
the coolant
lights?
both lights was out. We have had some credit problems in the past. So when I asked about the price of the vehicle, at first it was $4,995 with $1,100 down. And then it came with a bumper-to-bumper warranty. The next day we went to sign the papers. I know we should have checked, but I didn't. I was happy that somebody had actually said that they was going to finance us. So the price of the vehicle went up from $4,995 to $7,000 some odd dollars, and that's not including the finance charges or the bumper-to-bumper warranty that I found out later cost me about $1,600. So we signed the papers. The second day, the light came back on again. The service engine light.
Service engine light?
Yeah. So called Ramsey. He said, "Oh, just drive it for a couple of weeks. You know, get the kinks, find out what's wrong with it. We bring it back. We'll take care of it. Don't worry about it." My husband checked the oil, the dipstick. It was low, 2 quarts. He put it in. The 6th day, he went to start the car up, turned the key, and the light was on again, and he said was making some sort of noise. So he lifted the hood, and the serpentine belt was off. We call Ramsey again. He says, "Oh, don't worry about it, just drive it up here." And he was like, "I can't drive it up there because if I do, it's gonna run hot. The serpentine belt goes around the water pump." "Oh, okay, that's right. I have somebody to come pick it up." Affordable Transmissions from Garden City came by and picked it up about 3 hours later. The guy from there called me back and told me that the engine was gone and the transmission was shot. So I called them, and true to their word, they said that they were going to take care of it. What they were taking care of it was they were going to rescind the order, I guess have the order reassigned, the loan reassigned back to them. Told me to come up to the shop. I went up to the shop. They showed me where they got a check from Credit Acceptance, and they had to send it back. This was on a Friday, and Credit Acceptance wouldn't get it until Monday because it had to go overnight. That happened. I guess a few days later, he called me, Nino, which is him. He called me and asked me did I have the title, and I told him yes. He said, "Well, I want you to bring it up here, and we're gonna find you another car." Okay, I'll go up there. The cars they want to show me I didn't like, and they wanted me to give them more money down. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. So my husband and Ramsey got into a little shouting match, and we left. A few days later, Nino called me again. He tells me, "Well, Ms. Graves, I worked it out for you. I give you $500 back. You give me the title, and you have to call the state of Michigan and go down to the Secretary of State and sign the form to get your sales tax refund." So that didn't sound right to me. So I'll call the Secretary of State, and they told me, "No, you will not get your sales tax back on a used vehicle, only on a new vehicle purchased in Michigan." Told me that to call the Treasury just to make sure. I'll call the Treasury Department, and they told me no. She says, just like if you buy a shirt in a store, if you refund the shirt, you take the shirt back, they're going to refund you the price of the shirt and your taxes. So when I told Nino that, he tells me, "Oh, well, that's not what they told me." So a few days later go by, he calls me again. He says, "Well, what are you going to do?" I told him, "Well, you give me my $1,100, I give you your title. He said, well, I can't do that, and if I can get a new title if I wanted to, I just go down to the Secretary of State with the paper that I'm going to get from credit acceptance, and I'll be able to get a title, and you will not get any money back. I said, well, don't call me again until you have my money. And I told him that I was, to be honest with you, I told him I was holding his title hostage. You want to give me my $1,100, he can get his title.
Why are you suing for $1,192? I don't.
Well,
You
other
paid
than
him more than
$92,
that, didn't you?
no, I only gave him $1,100. I gave him $1,100.
So why are you suing for $1,192?
I think I added the court costs in there.
Where's the vehicle now?
They have it. They have the vehicle. They everybody was made whole but me.
Is it drivable?
No.
I have no idea. I haven't seen the vehicle since they took it. It was taken to the transmission shop, and I went there to get my plates off of it and my things out of it. And I called Nino and asked him where it was. He said, I don't know where it is, wherever you took it.
Yeah, you said you had a warranty?
Yes.
Can I see it? How much did you pay for that?
$1,600.
Then why aren't you suing for $1,100 plus $1,600? Why are you suing for only $1,100?
The only thing is, I just wanted what I gave him. I didn't. That's the only money that I came out of my pocket with.
Well, what do you mean that's the only money you came out of your pocket? Where did the $1,600?
Well,
Whose
they
pocket did that come from?
they reassigned the loan, so they canceled the loan out.
I don't understand that.
Capital Acceptance took the loan. They just did away with the loan. They got the car back. Capital Acceptance got the money that they forwarded them first, and everybody got their money. They got the car. Credit Acceptance got their money, and I got nothing. I had a car for 6 days with them. Most was gonna cost me $300 and $347 a month. He want me to pay $600 for 6 days of service, 6 days of a car.
Although you're not required to purchase an optional extended warranty or service contract as a condition of purchasing this vehicle on credit, by initialing below, you are indicating that you voluntarily elect to buy an optional extended warranty or contract covering the repair of certain major mechanical breakdowns of the vehicle and related expenses. Refer to the optional extended warranty or service contract for details about coverage and duration. Where's that?
Mrs. Graves bought a used car, and within a week it died. But she says she bought a warranty, so what's the problem? Let's see what the defendant has to say.
Good afternoon, first of all.
Good afternoon.
Miss Wanda Graves purchased the vehicle from us. It was on February 15th, as she stated. We didn't get a call from her until February 22nd, stating about the vehicle. Not only that, but I do have papers over here in hand that she signed as the vehicle being sold as is, with her signature on it from the dealer.
No warranty?
No, there is a service contract, sir, but that service contract is not through us. What she did is, on February 22nd, she called us and she told us that her car was stuck in the snow. That's when we had that big snowstorm. And she's saying her car was stuck, she's putting it on reverse, putting it on drive, reverse, her car is stuck. I mean, this is a Beetle Volkswagen. It's a very small vehicle, it's a two-wheel drive. Obviously, if someone is gonna get stuck in snow, sit there for hours trying to get it out of the snow, by putting the car in reverse, putting it on drive, applying gas, is gonna result in blowing up the engine or transmission, as she stated. And this is the papers that I have that is, as is from the dealer. And everything was explained to her. My salesman was there, he explained everything, and she signed it. Also, she voluntarily purchased that warranty as far as the service contract.
No.
I mean, every person, before you sign anything, before I sign anything personally, I make sure I read it really good before I sign it. Nobody put a pressure on any of them to buy the car. Not only that, after the contract, after this whole thing happened, I called Mr. Caltoma myself. Because we had a good month, it was February, it was good in sales. Mr. Toma, out of sympathy, went out of his way and said, we're gonna cancel the contract, we're gonna deal with it, we'll put the customer in a different vehicle. And now she stated that earlier too, that we were wanted to help the customer out, we wanted to put her in a different vehicle, but she used nothing but foul language with us. When she was calling up there, she personally used foul language with me. And she said, I'll see you in court. And I was like, all right, ma'am, you have the right to do whatever you want. We wanted to help. And she did just say that earlier, too, that I called her more than 2-3 times trying to work out a deal. And for me canceling this deal through credit acceptance, through the finance company, she's still holding the title, and I couldn't do anything. I couldn't sell the vehicle, I couldn't do anything with it because she's holding the title. She's not allowing me to help her. And she paid the $1,100 that she was saying. Out of the $1,100, we paid $440.70 sales tax for state of Michigan. And we also paid $15 for the title fee. $8 and she had a transfer fee, transfer plate, we paid $8 to transfer the fee for her. $150 were document fees, and also they requested a GPS device on the vehicle, and we did install a GPS device for her, which has cost me $200 to install that GPS device on her so they can locate the vehicle if the customer doesn't make her payment. And which is her total came up to $813. This is not including the towing fees that we paid for, and also it's not including the salesman commission that we paid. So she's asking me for $1,100 plus she was asking for $150 for her insurance. Now she did file a case through the state of Michigan, and after me sending those documents, her case was closed to the state of Michigan. And I'll leave the judgment to your honor.
Well,
I have the papers if you need to look at them.
She did not buy an extended warranty, she bought a vehicle service contract, you're saying?
Yes, sir. Did you want those papers, sir?
Yes. What does the service contract cover? I don't see where, that's not through you, that's through Superior Protection Plan?
That's correct, your honor.
Your Honor, can
What?
I say something, please?
Go ahead.
This is the receipt. He said I called him on the 20th. He didn't hear from me till the 22nd. I didn't talk to Nino on the 22nd. He's right. I talked to Ramsey. I didn't talk to Nino. And I did not drive a car pulling it out and pouring out. I've had vehicles for a long time, and I know you do not do that in the snow. And if I'm not mistaken, there was no snow that day. So I don't know where he get that from. And about a GPS, that was something that was put in front of me to sign. You told, I didn't ask for that.
Well, you don't have a warranty, okay?
Well, that's what I thought it was. The service contract, that's what I thought it was.
No, it's not the same thing, ma'am.
But they didn't, that's the way that they presented it to me.
Oh, so the plaintiff didn't have a warranty, and it sounds like the defendant tried to get her into a new car. Not looking good for the plaintiff.
Well, you know, you have to be careful what you sign. There's a big,
I understand that. And I know there's things that I should have, as in hindsight, that I should have done before. But I've also went on Better Business. They got like eight things against them on the Better Business Bureau. I should have done that before. But like I say, they get you when you are not eligible to get credit somewhere else. That's how they get you. They get you. They just throw things in front of you and you sign.
you still have to be careful
I
about
understand
what
that.
you sign. Well, then, if you understood it, you didn't do what you understood.
Now, I understand that. Now, like I said, in hindsight, I do understand that now. But Nino is actually sitting there lying. I didn't ask him for $150 for insurance. My insurance that I had was reimbursed. They gave me my money back. I was out of 6 days worth of insurance.
Did you contact Superior Protection regarding your service
No,
contract?
actually, they told me everything I got from Cal's Auto. I was under the impression that service contract was with them. When
It's
I
not.
did call, I did speak with someone there, and I actually sent them a letter to the warranty place. I sent a letter there.
Did you? There's a number here, toll-free number, 1-866-410-6748,
I
vehicle
did. I
service.
spoke with them, and they told me to write a letter and send it to them, and I have a copy of the letter.
Did you do that?
Yes, I did.
And did you hear from them?
The only thing they told me is I have to work it out with them. Their suggestions was to get them to negotiate with me for another vehicle, and that was it. The only thing is, he told me, like Nino told me, well, I can't give you your sales tax back, but I can transfer that into another vehicle. I'm like, well, if you can transfer my sales tax, why you can't give it back to me? Everybody else in the situation was made whole. Why am I got to be the only one that's not made whole?
Because you don't have a warranty on the vehicle, that's why.
But they when they give it to you, they tell you this is a warranty. I bet you could send somebody up there today, probably tomorrow they won't do it, but they'll tell you that was a warranty.
As is, no warranty, ma'am, in big letters. And there's a box here that's checked by you, and then there's another sheet part of this. This is below some of the major defects that may occur in used motor vehicles.
I understand that, Your
well-
Honor, but when they give you that and they give you another sheet and tell you to sign this, I mean, when they tell you you have a warranty, when they say as is, but then you get this warranty, another piece of paper that's saying it's a warranty, well, you say it's a service contract, they tell me it's a warranty.
Ma'am, I have to dismiss the case. So for the reason that I dismissed the other case, you don't have a warranty on the vehicle. If you don't have a warranty on the vehicle, you buy the vehicle as is.
And the case is dismissed. I can't stress enough, you have to read everything you sign, especially on large purchases like cars. Now we're going to look at 2 cases involving payday loan problems.
We are asking for $2,200, $2,240.85 plus court costs.
2,000, I'm sorry, what was the figure again? $2,240.85?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and why?
It stems from a payday advance taken out on 9/20 of 2010.
Okay.
And Mrs. Brent, and subsequently she did not pay. The check was, ended up with a stop payment placed on it. With the stop payment, that puts it into the triple 250 unit,
Right.
other stuff. We did make numerous times, there's calls made with Ms. Brent, and we postponed. She said she would make payments without going into all the detail. Like, we can if we need to. That did not happen. Then the next time we got a hold of her a month later, she told us that she had had a heart attack and had been in the hospital. We said, okay. She said she'd come in a week or so, have her son bring her in. She would make arrangement at that time. Still did not happen. So therefore, here we are.
Sounds like a simple case. The loan was made, check was stopped, the payment was never made. Now let's see what the defendant has to say.
Okay, Ms. Brett, what do you have to say?
Well, I did have a heart attack, and I wasn't able to make it, and my son wasn't able to bring me there, and I realized that I owed them, and they wanted me to come in and sign some papers stating that I would give them a monthly payment, but I wasn't able to get there. So after I was not able to get there, the other young man, Billy, I don't know his last name, he said that I asked him to mail me the papers so I could sign them. He said I had to end up signing in front of them. So by that time, he told me that he wasn't going to make any more phone calls. He was going to just send it to court.
But you borrowed money from this company,
Yes,
correct?
I did.
How much?
$620.
$620. Did you pay it back?
Not that time, no. But I
Did
have
you
been
pay it
paying it
back
back
at all?
recently. I had borrowed numerous of time from them, and at a particular time, I was not able to pay it back at the particular time because I don't have any insurance. I had to pay for my medicals. And my insulin, I had to pay $276 for my insulin. And at that particular time, my rent went up to $695.
Did you pay the $620 back? That's
No.
the subject of this case.
No,
Adam.
no.
Did you put a stop payment on the check?
Yes, I did.
Why did you do that?
Because I wasn't able to pay it.
Man, you cannot do that. You owe the money.
I do know that.
It's not a hard case. Does that figure include court costs, Mr. Roberts?
No, sir.
I mean, you gotta pay it, man. What is?
Oh, I realize that.
There's nothing more to say, really. The court's going to enter a judgment in favor of the plaintiff of $2,240.85. The court will add to that costs, consisting of a $65 filing fee, which will bring the total amount of the judgment to $2,305.85.
Wow, that was almost too easy. Let's see how this next case turns out.
In this case, we are we're also asking is $2,304.35. Again, it is the same as the last case. She entered into a payday advance on 8/18 of 2010. The amount was not paid back. There were numerous calls again. Tried to make payment arrangements. Just before we were going to go to court the first time, she did show up and ask us, please do not go to court. Also made a payment at that time, said she was going to pay it off in full. She came in and made a couple other payments, all totaling $300. Again, in pursuant to Michigan law, the state has told me that I have to sue for the total amount, and anything that she has paid, then we refund at the end. I'm not allowed to deduct that, so there would be $300 taken off of the total at that time.
Well, that sounds familiar. Let's see if this defendant has a better defense.
What I have to say is that I went into a payment agreement with him, a verbal agreement, after I defaulted in the payment. And I went in with $300, and it wasn't total $300. It was a total of $400 that I paid him after I defaulted in the payment. And I asked him to send me a statement showing what I owed. He wrote on the back of a card the amount that he said that I owe, which was $301.45 on the back of his card. I asked him for a statement. He was sending my mail to my sister's address, and I kept telling him I do not live there. I'm down here in Warren sometimes because I work in Warren. I commute to Flint. I told him that my address is in Flint and that's where I want my mail to go. He served the papers to my sister's address only because he thought I lived there. My sister, her utility, the phone is in my name because she couldn't get a phone in her name. And I do stay with her sometimes because, like I said, I live down here. And they take the notice on her door. And when I got the notice, I, immediately tried to figure out what I was gonna do because I'm saying I don't owe that much money. Why wouldn't he, I asked him if he was gonna try to sue me or anything, and he told me no. And I said, well, I'm here with $300. That was the first initial payment. Then I came back and he asked me, not him, but his associate was there, the young guy that was there, is the one that took the $300, and he asked me, how much can I pay? And I said, well, every 2 weeks I'm gonna try to come back in here with the payment. I came back 2 other times and made payments, and then after that I came back and told him, I said, well, I just can't make the payments right now. I said, I got a lot of things going on, I just can't make it. He said, well, pay what you can. And I said, okay, well, since then I have had some medical problems and I just couldn't keep the agreement. So, and like I said, I kept asking him for a notice. He didn't send me a notice. He instead sent me a notice saying that he was gonna sue me.
That's not a defense, you understand. It's not a legal defense.
What is not a legal
The
defense?
fact that you have these other things that you have to pay and can't pay it back.
Okay,
That's no reason why I should not enter a judgment against him today, against you today. You understand what I'm saying?
okay,
You
so,
understand what I'm saying, though?
well, I don't understand why. I mean, I'm saying that I couldn't pay that amount and I don't owe that amount. So my dispute is the amount and I'm asking for a lesser amount.
But why don't you come up with the amount? How did you derive that, Mr. Roberts? Why don't you go through that?
This was a closed account,
Okay.
so the check was drawn on a closed account. Therefore, the law, at that
How much
time,
did she borrow then?
she borrowed $600, she owed $676.45, so her check was for $676.45.
Well, hang on a second. You borrowed $600, is that correct? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, $600, and then from there,
And therefore, the agreement that she entered into says that she owes $676.45.
that's for the cost of the borrowing the money,
Yes,
correct?
sir.
$675?
$676.45.
Oh, I'm sorry, $676.45. So that's what you would owe, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Then from there, there is a return check fee of
Now, she
$25.
gave you a check for $676.45 at the time she borrowed the money, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that check was turned out to be drawn on a closed account, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go from there,
From there, there's a $25 return check fee
okay?
that is added.
That takes us to $701.45,
Correct.
okay?
From there, being on the closed account, if it goes to court, the state allows us to use the law that says that we get 2 times the original check, plus the
Right.
original check, plus the $250. The $25 for the return check fee is already in there, though.
So you
That's
add,
what-
first of all, $200 to $701.45, correct?
Yeah, you would add the $250 to it,
Or $250, that's right. So
and then
$900,
you would add 2 times $676.45 to it.
that's $751.45, plus 2 times $676.45, correct?
Yes, sir.
And $676.45 times 2 is $1,352.90. So you would take $1,352.90 and add to that $951.45, $2,304.35.
Yes, sir.
You see how that was figured out?
Okay, but what about the money that I paid, Your
That
Honor?
is taken off of the judgment.
Taken off of the judgment,
Right.
which is $400, not $300.
You paid him how much?
I paid him $300 in
Okay.
one lump sum payment, then I went back and I paid him another $100.
So you paid him $400.
Right.
Is that correct?
I had 300 written down here, Your Honor. If she has receipts for 400, I'll accept that. That's no problem. If she
Do you have
paid the
receipts
bill
for that?
without-
I have a receipt showing the 2 payments and that he gave me a balance of 301.45 when I went back in there. That's what he gave me.
But that's not the correct amount, because all these other costs have to be added to that. That was
But in order for him to come up with that amount, Your Honor, he had to have gotten my payment, received my payments.
This figure of $2,304.35 does not include what you paid him, okay? So the judgment, if I give him a judgment for that amount of money, it would be reduced by what you paid him, okay? Now, do you have receipts for $400?
I have receipts showing I paid $100. I can't find the other receipt, Your Honor.
Well, and that's between the two of you.
Your Honor, if she has something with my signature on it that says that she owed 301.45, that would mean she has paid me $400.
There is no
and I'll accept
signature.
that.
He wrote it on the back of his card, and I
If I
asked
could look
him
at it,
for
I
a
would.
Okay,
receipt.
look, enough is enough.
I asked him for a receipt, and he was supposed to send me a receipt, and he never did, or a statement.
It's obvious, ma'am, that you owe $2,304.35 in damages. I'll add to that cost consisting of a $65 filing fee and a $23 service fee and a $20 motion fee. Which should bring the total amount to $2,412.35.
Is that minus my $400, or are you saying that's between me and him?
If you paid him $400, then he has to knock $400 off of that.
Off
okay?
of the 2004?
Off of the 2004, right.
Well, all the mathematics aside, these were both very simple cases for the judge. Payday loan can be helpful in a pinch, but if not paid back, it can really break the bank in the end. If you find that you are involved in a dispute that you can't resolve, small claims court may be the answer. Thanks for watching Case Closed. I'm Tracy Perry.